Hello, my name's Flick and I'm taking you inside Picturehouse. This month's show comes to you from Liverpool's Fact Picturehouse and is dedicated to celebrating the 50th anniversary screenings across the country of the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. Fact became Liverpool's first purpose-built arts centre for more than 60 years when it opened in 2003 and is an active member of the Liverpool Arts Regeneration Consortium. The award-winning building contains 3 gallery spaces, 4 state-of-the-art cinema screens, a multimedia suite and has a beautiful cafe, a snug bar and inspirational lounge area.
Picturehouse at Fact is part of the Foundation for Art and Creative Technology. This gives us a great mix of activities in the building, new wave artists, major art stars in the creative technology fields. We've had people like Shia LaBeouf down, and what we're most looking forward to this summer is our Agnes Varda Pioneer season. This is part of Fact's tie-up with Liverpool Biennial, and Agnes Varda is the lead artist this summer, which is so exciting. She's doing the introductory talk here, and our season of Agnes Varda inspired films from our back catalogue and films which have inspired her career run from July through to October.
First Reformed is the 18th feature from legendary screenwriter and director Paul Schrader, Taxi Driver, American Gigolo.
I know that nothing can change, and I know there is no hope.
The film stars Ethan Hawke as Reverend Ernst Toller, a former military chaplain grieving the death of his son, whom he encouraged to enlist. The film is described by Hawke as Schrader's most profound and personal film, a deeply spiritual and socially vital story. Faced with environmental Armageddon, terrorism and rampant capitalism, Ernst has a crisis of faith that leads him to deliberate a final act of true Christianity.
My hands shake as I write these lines.
Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb?
Can God forgive us for what we've done to this world?
Who can know the mind of God?
Acclaimed photographer and documentarist Lauren Greenfield presents an astonishing 25-year study of the global obsession with more in Generation Wealth.
I would have money as big as this worm and kiss it.
She has had access to her subjects' entire lives and includes her own in documenting what this pathological addiction has meant for society and its children. Societies accrue their greatest wealth at the moment they face death, is one historian's chilling prognosis.
If you think that money will buy you anything and everything, you've never ever had money.
Dollars, dinero, money is what it takes.
Whitney is actually a British documentary made by Scottish director Kevin MacDonald, last King of Scotland, touching the void.
Clock strikes upon the hour and the sun begins to fade.
MacDonald was permitted unparalleled access to the Houston estate with the family's full consent to find unseen footage, never before heard tapes, and a truly revelatory reason as to how this record-breaking megastar could have met such a tragic end. It truly is testament to the filmmaker that he was able to win the trust of the people who cared most for the person she was, to be able to present such a candid and relevant piece.
Loneliness calls.
Pixar writer and director Bob Bird, Ratatouille, The Incredibles, after 14 years, brings us part 2 of The Incredibles' journey.
It's time to make some wrong things right.
A joyous animation homage to the super stylish 50s golden age of modernism and big band soundtrack. All the family are back, with Bob, Craig T. Nelson, Helen, the superb Holly Hunter, Violet, Dash and Jack Jack. But this time it's Elastigirl that's making the headlines, while Mr. Incredible is staying home to mind the children and deal with Jack Jack's ever-evolving superpowers. Samuel L. Jackson is, of course, Frozone.
The screenslaver interrupts this program for an important announcement.
Suit up, it might get weird.
I'll be there ASAP.
Where you going ASAP? You better be back ASAP.
watch two fabulous Screen Arts broadcasts this month. On the 12th, Muse, Drones World Tour. This laser-laden concert film, constructed from footage shot at multiple shows during the band's 2015-16 World Tour, pushes visual and technical boundaries, utilising footage from drones hovering above the band and audience. A spectacular fan experience and not to be missed on the big screen. And on the 18th, live from the RSC, Romeo and Juliet. What if your first true love was someone you'd been told you must hate? Set in a world very like our own, this Romeo and Juliet is about a generation of young people born into violence and ripped apart by the bitter divisions of their parents. July the 8th sees the Beatles' Yellow Submarine back on the big screen.
The restoration involved going back to the original negative and scanning it in 4K, but there was a lot of damage on the original negative, so there had to be a lot of photochemical restoration before they got to the scanning stage, but it was frame by frame restored. The whole soundtrack was remixed. It was the first Beatles music to be mixed in 5.1. And actually it's an extraordinary experience listening to that soundtrack in 5.1 because the songs are so, there's so many great sound effects in the film, and the music itself lends itself to 5.1, and that's part of the experience of seeing this in a cinema, is enjoying that surround sound. Heinz Edelman decided each set piece scene should have a different look, so where they were taking a song and doing a full animation of it. So you had Eleanor Rigby, which had a certain look, which was based on layered footage. And then you had Lucy in the Sky, which was based on rotoscope, where you take live footage, you trace the outline, and you add color. And that's what Lucy in the Sky is, that extraordinary movement that you get from that, and color, which to this day astonishes people. And all, of course, done by hand then.
5 years ago, the gentleman from the cabin, Dave Jones, contacted me and asked me if we would be interested in having the little yellow submarine for the Penny Lane Community Centre. And I thought that she would look perfect on our forecourt. And it turned out that Arthur Johnson built this submarine in his back garden. When the film premiere for the film Yellow Submarine was about to be screened in Piccadilly Circus, the BBC contacted Arthur and his family and asked would they mind if Resurgam made a guest appearance. Resurgam went up to London and featured in the film premiere of the film Yellow Submarine.
The Beatles were all about love and peace, and all you need is love, and that married very neatly into the subtext of the film that Heinz Edelman and George Dunning wished to make. Now that it's the 50th anniversary, it seems the perfect time to make it available, to be seen on the big screen, and it is remarkable, and I think will be enjoyed by people of all ages.
And now July's news. With Sundance London 2018 done and dusted, the general consensus of over 5,000 attendees would suggest an incredible success. The films, which included Oscar winner Deborah Granick's Leave No Trace, Idris Elba's directorial debut Yardi, and Paul Schrader's First Reformed, are all now on general release. From Sunday, July the 8th, Vintage Sundays celebrates the genius of Alfred Hitchcock, with a season including North by Northwest, Rear Window, Strangers on a Train, Rebecca, Psycho and Vertigo. In 2012, Vertigo replaced Citizen Kane as the BFI's best film ever made. And just when you thought it was safe to return your satin knee-high kinky boots to the cupboard, Mamma Mia 2 goes and throws a massive party. Saturday, July 21st, head down to your local picture house to strut your absolutely funky stuff whilst quaffing a glass of Prosecco, marvelling at how you remember every word to every song while singing at the top of your voice. Bars will remain open. That's it for July. Remember to keep up to date at our website picturehouses.com, and of course you can book tickets on the go with our handy Picturehouse app. Become a member of Picturehouse Cinemas to get free tickets, discounts and loads of perks and benefits. If you've been with us for more than a year, then our premium membership gives you even bigger exclusive benefits. Thanks for watching and see you again in August.